Massive changes are here for Modern Warfare and for Warzone 2. There was a full-blown live stream revealed today with everything that you can expect in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, as well as Call of Duty Mobile. But it was super overwhelming, so today I've decided to summarize everything that is changing going into Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Call of Duty Mobile, and big features that you should be on the lookout for. In the base version of Modern Warfare 2, you can expect massive upgrades to the game, including the overall feel of footsteps and the audio that accompanies it, the weapon handling and the amount of recoil, which has been drastically increased, as well as the physics system on all the guns in the game. There are all new movement mechanics. You can slide but no longer slide cancel, you can dolphin dive but not dolphin dive shoot, and there seems to be a simplification of the movement mechanics. Everything seems to have much more weapon sway, and overall I would say long-range weapons have been massively nerfed in Modern Warfare 2, which will also affect Warzone 2. There seems to be much less weapon stability, so less likelihood of being long-range beamed across the map, and much more CQB gameplay. I will skip the gunsmith system as there is a link available right now for you to check that out on my full breakdown, but it seems generally speaking that weapons are being very tailor-made. You need to very clearly define a weapon as a close-range weapon, a battle rifle, an AR, or an LMG, and all of those will have consequences into its overall performance. There are 4 perks in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and you get 2 perk 1s, which inevitably unlock perk 2 and 3. You don't get all of them immediately, you actively have to progressively unlock them through your general gameplay. This is a massive departure from the franchise and means that you'll have to use capturing objectives and killing players as a way of formally upgrading. One of the standout features of Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer is going to be Ground War mode featuring a TDM variant and not just a domination variant, as well as a brand new hostage mode amongst a whole host of other 6v6 modes, including the classic TDM, domination, search and destroy. And in modes that aren't competitive, there will also be an introduction of some AI components, as well as a firing range. This is a huge upgrade on Modern Warfare 2019, although it does share a very similar time to kill. It seems a little bit slower, so it's not as quick as Modern Warfare 2019, and there seems to be more traditional 3-lane map designs as opposed to the open map designs of Modern Warfare 2019. You can expect the introduction of some classic Modern Warfare 2 maps amongst Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as well. Before we dive into Warzone 2, DMZ, and other bits and pieces, let's talk about all of the new systems that have been introduced to the game. To start with, there is now a proximity chat, meaning that you will be able to talk to your enemy opponents around you in Warzone 2. There is the introduction of underwater combat as seen in previous games, meaning that you'll be able to fire weapons underwater, swim underwater, and also fire weapons above water. There is also the introduction of boats as well. Speaking of vehicles, there is a brand new physics system allowing you to rotate and jump on top of a vehicle from the inside, lean out of windows, and lean out the side of helicopters. This is a big shift and change from anything you've seen previously in Modern Warfare, and is a much more dynamic system. As I mentioned previously about Modern Warfare 2, movement has been simplified. Slide cancelling is gone, dolphin dives are introduced into the game, but are a defensive option and not an offensive option, and you cannot drop shot somebody from a dolphin dive. But you can dive out of a window, for example. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 will also feature destruction elements. There is something called a siege charge in the game, which allows you to throw a charge into a wall or ceiling and explode or detonate the other side of that wall or ceiling, akin to fuse in Rainbow Six Siege. Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 intend on expanding the horizon and introduction of AI in the game. There will be quests available and daily challenges available in Warzone 2, and also some AI featuring in non-competitive 6v6 modes in Modern Warfare 2. There is also going to be some sort of raid mode which will feature 3v3 combat, and it seems to have some kind of quest mechanic to it. There'll also be dynamic objectives in the game, such as strongholds in Warzone 2, where AI have fortified a building or location, which features rare loot. Interestingly, it appears that loadout drops will be limited to specific rare finds in crates, or in strongholds highly protected by advanced AI. AI will also massively feature in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2's DMZ mode, which is a free-to-play element that mimics Escape from Tarkov. Amongst other features as well and new mechanics entering into the game is third-person perspective mode returning from Modern Warfare 2 back in the day into Modern Warfare 2 2022. and there will also be tests on whether or not this will work in Warzone 2 as a potential limited time mode. And one last feature before we dive into things with Warzone 2 and DMZ is that the entire Call of Duty experience is going to be a cross-progression experience. Whether you're playing Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, DMZ mode, or even Call of Duty Mobile on your mobile device, you'll be able to level up, be able to unlock things on your battle pass, and even share progression across the two games. So if you're playing COD Mobile or you're a big COD Mobile player, you'll be able to unlock attachments for weapons and also unlock things in your battle pass. There is, however, no crossplay between mobile and console and PC. Console and PC will of course maintain the current crossplay that they have in Modern Warfare 2019. There is also a new backpack system in terms of being able to loot for a backpack and expand the amount of ammunition and things that you can hold in the game, such as field upgrades. It also appears that next generation consoles will have an FOV slider on Modern Warfare 2 and potentially also on Warzone 2 as well. The game will also feature a Spec Ops mode with 2-player gameplay aiming to create very specific and dynamic experiences. So across the board, there are massive feature changes coming to this game. Warzone 2 has a brand new map called Al Mazrah, and this is a large map, in fact the largest ever produced for Call of Duty in the entire history. It's bigger than Verdansk and it's bigger than Caldera, and it seems to also feature a train transit system above the ground. There will be a huge introduction of classic Modern Warfare 2 maps in this, including Terminal, Quarry, Showdown, and other COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 classics throughout the entire map. All of the previous features I mentioned, such as the water combat, the physics, the boats, and how you can handle vehicles, will of course be in Warzone 2. There are also new types of vehicles, such as a large helicopter in Warzone 2 that can escort your entire squad away and tank damage. But there are also big new features in Warzone 2. For example, a final circle can split into 3 tiny circles and then merge into one small circle at the end of the game. This is the split zone system that will basically force multiple squads into different circles into combat scenarios before merging for the final zone. This is a huge departure from anything we've ever seen before in Warzone. There will also be a new gulag system which allegedly will feature 2v2 gulags, as well as other potential variants and features that may come into play. So the gulag is indeed back. There will also allegedly be other redeploy systems, as we've seen the redeploy tokens in Warzone 1, but there seems to be a hybrid version of this gulag. It can be changed on the fly, and there'll be lots of different multipliers and adjustments made in order to make the gulag fresh and a little bit different every time you play. Call of Duty will also feature a brand new mode, DMZ mode, and whilst not a lot was revealed about this, it appears to be an insurgent and extraction mode integrated into Warzone 2 and will arrive at the same time as Warzone 2 on November 16th. This mode will heavily focus on extraction mechanics. You can go into the Warzone map, complete quests, and extract with the loot that you have at any given point in the game. If you've played Escape from Tarkov or any Tarkov-like title, the focus and emphasis is on extracting whilst you're alive and not being killed off. This will also, again, be free to play as part of Warzone, and anybody can play this across any given platform. It's unclear what the rewards for this will be beyond experience points. There could potentially be blueprints or other cool quests and features in the game, but at this moment in time, we don't know a lot about DMZ. So overall, Call of Duty features a massive upgrade at COD Next. To give you a quick summary of everything that's coming, we have Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, Warzone, DMZ mode, a raid mode, we have proximity chat, underwater combat, water combat, quests, AI, objectives in-game, dynamic vehicle movement, classic Modern Warfare 2 maps in multiplayer and in Warzone 2, a hostage extraction mode, a brand new gunsmith mode, destruction elements, a third-person perspective mode, and cross-progression with mobile, as well as also a Spec Ops mode. This is without a shadow of a doubt the largest ever change and shift we've seen in Call of Duty, and in my view is the biggest upgrade any first-person shooter has ever made. They are covering every corner of the first-person shooter space, from standard 6v6 to ground war, to Warzone, to extraction-based game modes like DMZ. This is going to be the game that literally does it all. Audio appears to have been upgraded, and weapon balance also seems to be greatly improved, with assault rifles finally taking a bit of a backward step and no longer being long-range lasers like they are in Vanguard and Warzone 1. Let me know what you think of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 in the comment section below. What are you excited about? What are you concerned about? And make sure to subscribe for everything Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, as well as live gameplay coming as soon as the beta drops.